Hi guys, hope you're all well. We're just back at the mast at the moment. We've got an issue going on here. There's a bit of a problem I spotted when I was out for a walk earlier. So in the interest of health and safety and doing the right thing, I thought I'd come back up and just get some footage of this before I phone up and report this as a health and safety issue, just to save any accidents here, save any fires or anyone being hit or any vehicles being hit on the head. I'll show you in a minute. If you're watching this video, just give you a bit of background about, this is an EE mast here. Just give you a little bit of background what's going on with me, my wife and EE, just for those that don't know. So EE are taking us to the High Court. We sent them an email. We didn't hear from them for 8 months. We were told by one of their representatives they were going to get back in touch with us, but we didn't hear anything for 8 months. And then all of a sudden, they get their solicitors to send us a letter saying they're taking us back to the High Court, even though we hadn't heard anything from them for 8 months, accusing us, me and my wife, accusing us of blocking their workers from coming up here and blaming us for the aircraft warning light not working, which is absolutely absurd and ridiculous. We've got loads of evidence pointing to that the aircraft light was never even wired at all. So that's just not true. It's false. Those are false allegations made against me and my wife. It's absolutely nothing to do, well, it is something to do with us, the aircraft light, because we were the first ones to report it to them as not being working back in February. Now this mast has been here now for over a year. Now EE are very quick, and their solicitors, to make false accusations against me, but the contractors have been up here about a week or two ago. The last video you've seen, I come up and recorded them. I haven't uploaded the videos when I come up the other day. I had a long chat. I was here most of the day watching them and trying to work out what they're doing. I believe that they've put some wires on, which are just down there. They've connected the wires coming out of that slab. They put a new generator here. Although the aircraft warning light is still not working. When I came up here to speak to the contractors and the electricians, they were told not to speak to me, especially about the aircraft warning light. They were told not to speak or discuss me, so I just recorded anyway. And they spent a lot of time putting, there's wires coming from that mast, and they were coming out of this slab on the floor right here, which were never connected to anything, which we'll probably be able to see in old video footage and photos that I've got. So they were never actually connected. Then they spent a lot of time on this part here, where the first contractor that came up here about a month ago told me that the photocell, had never been connected, and that's why the aircraft light wasn't working. So even though the contractors were told not to talk to me when they were here, at the end of the day, one of the contractors all of a sudden decided to speak to me. And I think he was telling porky pies, to be honest. He told me that he couldn't find a fault. He said he couldn't find a fault with the aircraft warning light. But then, it's still not working. So, what is it today? I think it's the 18th, 19th December today, is it? So the warning light's still not working. But from the last video, you remember, I noticed that they'd moved the signs off the gate, the warning signs, public warning signs. They put one back on. So they put this one back on. And also, do you remember I talked about this covert camera that they had installed here? So I explained that was in breach of GDPR. They've also fixed that as well now. They fixed the breach of GDPR and the breach of the Data Protection Act by putting this sign here, along with 4 cameras. Where's the other one? There's the other one. So there's a camera on each leg now. But I've come up here today because there is a health and safety issue, and it's actually dropped down a bit more from when I came earlier. You see, we've got a piece hanging off here. We've got something fairly substantial and fairly big hanging off. Now, when I walked past earlier, that wasn't quite as far out as what it is now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the right thing. I'm going to phone up the phone number, report this as a health and safety issue. Just because it's the right thing to do, but also because really I don't want EE and their solicitors making false accusations against me again. I just don't trust them. I wouldn't put it past them. You may laugh, but I would not put that past them. Just trying to blame any damage they can on us. And all we've done is try to be open and try to sort things out with them. But there we go. It's the sort of people we're dealing with, isn't it? So you see this? This is what, look at it wobbling. I don't know if you can see it wobbling. I'm going to put it on the stand in a minute. If that come down, that could possibly or potentially land on this box that's got lithium batteries in it. And if they went up, possibly all of this could go up. Or maybe that could just fall down at a bad time and land on someone's head. And we don't want that happening. So, I'm not sure what's going on here, but there seems to be a few issues going on with this mast. It's a shame they can't take responsibility themselves for the workmanship. Instead they've got to try and blame me and my wife. But if it wasn't for us, they wouldn't even know about these things. They wouldn't know about the aircraft light not working, and they wouldn't know about this piece that's about to fall off it. So I'm going to put it on the stand and we're going to have a look at it, see how much it's moving. Just hang on. Okay, just connected you to the tripod. We're going to go up and have a look now to see what we can see. Now the wind has dropped quite a bit. Let's see if we can get focused on here. It's not moving quite as much as what it was earlier. The wind has really dropped down. Well, let's hope this doesn't drop down. I mean, there's hardly any wind now, but look how much it's shaking. So I'll be surprised if that's still up there tomorrow, if the wind stays or picks up at all. Because that metal bracket right there is probably going to become very weak. There you go, E. Look, you can use a bit of this to diagnose the problem. There you go, a bit of an inspection for you on the bracket. So definitely an issue, I'd say. But when I was walking past earlier, that was moving a lot more. I could see it from way off. So if that came off the bracket, I don't know if those wires would hold it or not, or whether it'd rip them out and whether it'd just come down to the ground. But I'm going to go and report it to the health and safety helpline. But I know EE, maybe their solicitors are watching these videos anyway. Obviously that's why they've come back and replaced all of the signage on the compound. They knew it should have been there. You know, they're happy to take my advice, but they're not happy to speak to us. They're just happy to make false accusations. But we're continuing to do the right thing. Hope everyone stays well. Thanks for watching.